Hey everyone, it's Bree and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today because I have two individuals with me today that are going to talk about this topic with me. Please give a welcome to Raven and Nique.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
So Raven and Nique, why don't you give us a kind of like an introduction of yourselves? Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what area are you working in currently?
Okay, well, yeah, just like what Bree has said, my name is Nique, and I am from Birmingham, Alabama, and I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I just recently, well, kind of probably not recently now, it was last summer, received a master's degree in human resource management. And right now I am currently working in HR, human resources, as a human resource administrator, and I am a leave of absence administrator as well. So I work in that field for a logistics company and absolutely love it, love what I do. And I do say every now and then I give myself a pat on the back for achieving that goal.
Well, thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to this discussion that we're going to get into later. Raven?
Hey guys, I'm Raven. I'm originally from Mobile, currently in Montgomery. I am a registered nurse. I work in the CVICU at a hospital here in Montgomery. Yep, that's about it.
Awesome. So ladies, today we are talking about staying focused. Being able to stay focused no matter the obstacles, no matter the distractions. And are y'all ready to get started?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I have a couple questions for you, both of you. My first question, I want to know, was there ever a time where you had to reevaluate yourself, where you may have noticed that you were getting off track or that you weren't really putting forth the same effort in what you were doing? Was there ever a time where you had to take a moment to yourself and just say, you know, what's going on? How do we get back on track?
Absolutely. For instance, back when I was in nursing school, everybody know nursing school is super hard. In high school, I was the type of student that didn't really have to study. So going into the nursing program, I had to learn how to actually put forth effort because I wasn't getting the grades that I needed to be getting. Had to learn new study habits and just getting a different mindset where I wasn't going to be able to breeze by like I did in high school and still get the grades that I wanted. I had to actually push work, you know, put in the work to get what I wanted. And I'm here.
Yeah, and I would say for me, so basically the question is a time when I had to like step back and reevaluate myself to stay focused. Well, it will be, I agree with Raven, basically with school as well, but I can't remember a time with me pursuing and getting my master's. So I did online classes basically, and I was working at this company I'm at now, but I was in a different department and I knew I wanted to be in HR. So I just had to, you know, think about like, what am I doing, or is it something I can, you know, basically do to show that I'm worthy of that position or whatnot. But that was for dealing with the job. But in my personal life, there was other things going on, and I honestly, just to say the least, I had to, you know, let go of the negativity and negative people in my circle around that time. And it's literally as soon as that happened, I got the position. And, you know, of course, I, you know, staying focused in school still, but just being in that position and being able to grow and just going forward from there. Ever since I just, you know, had to reevaluate myself and thinking like, oh, this is not really my friend, or this person is not, you know, meant to be in my life or whatever. Just, you know, we have to end our friendship and, you know, just move on from there. And sometimes that can be hard or whatever, but you know, it was something that had to be done, and look where I am now.
Awesome. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, so it sounds like from Raven, from your experience, it was something that you had to do. It was something within yourself. You had to kind of keep yourself motivated and change some of your habits that were going on. And then with Nique, with you, there were some times where you had to distance yourself from people that they just weren't they weren't helping that growth that you needed. So you just kind of had to just set aside for a moment from them. Am I correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next thing I want to ask you, or I want to actually give the quote at this time. So the quote that I'm running with for this video is, "Our focus is our future, and what we focus on will multiply in our life." That's a quote by David Denateris. Hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. So what do you ladies think about that quote? Our fears is our future, and what we focus on will multiply in our life. Does that speak at all to either of you?
I'm sorry, I'm still processing it. Say that one more time.
It says our focus is our future, and what we focus on will multiply in our life.
Well, yeah, it's being focused. Okay, if it comes to school aspect or whatnot, undergrad or high school, whatever, the focus is like graduation, and you want to graduate, or you just ready to be done with school. So it's just like, okay, that focus, it will just it paints the picture for your future. So it's like, okay, you have your high school diploma, you have your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, or a PhD or whatnot. So it's just, what you're doing now, will, of course, portray what it's going to be like in the future. So it's just like, being focused, what is resulting in your future.
Okay, and the way I look at it is the thing that we spend the most time on. If you think about someone that's in the band and they're, starting out practicing the flute, the more you invest time into practicing that flute, the better that you'll be in the future. Now, if you never pick up a drum in the course of that practicing, that's not something that's going to be, a part of your habits or anything like that. So we picked up the flute, we didn't pick up the drum. So the flute is what is going to multiply in our lives. Does that make sense? Does that make sense there? Like, if I'm gonna use spiritual growth for a moment. If you know that you want to spend more time with God, the more you invest in that, the more He will multiply in your life. The more evidence of Him being in your life that people are going to see later down the road. That probably is a better example.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was gonna say about it. Like, the thing that you put the most focus into is what you're gonna see the more positive outcome come from it. Like, if you put your focus in your job, your career, getting your degree, in the end of it, you get that diploma, you get that promotion, just leveling up.
Right. Any other thoughts on that quote?
It's pretty deep.
It is. It is a pretty deep quote. And something else I saw with that quote was that it said the ability to focus on a goal increases chances of achieving it. To stay persistent and make it happen. So the next couple things that we're going to talk about are our distractions and our obstacles. So what are some common distractions? We have people, we have situations, like, for example, just the environment, the situation that's going on around you. We also have multitasking and social media. Oh wow, social media. Cell phone, social media. So what are your thoughts on this, ladies, the distractions?
Social media is a distraction for me because I get on there at like my daily news. But I feel like it's only a distraction if you let it be a distraction.
Right.
If you don't let that deteriorate you from your goal, it won't be a distraction.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what Raven said, that's definitely true. It's like whatever a distraction would be, maybe like, I don't know, friends, family, significant other, whatnot. You know, it's only a distraction if you allow it to be a distraction. So it's like, honestly, I think it staying focused basically comes from, you know, having a balance. Like, especially, you know, what I'm doing now at work, I have to balance my personal life, me time, and work. So, you know, just not getting distracted and, you know, understanding that balance and practicing that balance too. So, you know, just don't get distracted and don't allow whatever the situation is or the person is to be a distraction.
Right, and I agree. I agree with both of you. And something funny that happened last night, because I knew that we were going to talk about this. I knew that this was the subject. And last night, after I took my shower and I ate my food, I laid on the bed and I attempted to turn on the TV. I attempted to turn on my Fire Stick to watch a movie. And across the screen it said network, something about the network, that it wasn't connected, the home network wasn't connected. So I kept trying, and it never worked. And so I said to myself, I said, see, you're supposed to be working on this video that you're supposed to be posting tomorrow. You need to set out a plan, do this and do that. It's kind of like hints. Like hints are thrown like, hey, you're not supposed to be, you know, watching this TV show. You're not supposed to be on Facebook right now. You're supposed to be doing this, this, and this to achieve your goal. And sometimes we have to talk to ourselves like that. And we need to talk to ourselves like that sometimes to keep us focused. It's all about that self-discipline. Oh, self-discipline. That is a big one, especially when it comes to school, when it comes to relationships, things of that nature. Anything else, ladies, you want to say about the distractions?
I think you pretty much summed it up really well.
Okay, and the last thing we're going to cover are obstacles. This one right here can be pretty tricky because we are faced with different obstacles. Each of us have our own different, you know, situations, our experiences, things happen, they come up in our lives that can sometimes be discouraging. We may not be able to see, you know, the end of the road at that time. We may not be able to see that, hey, I can do this. I can still accomplish this goal no matter what I'm going through. And this particular one kind of touches me in my situation because I've had to experience this myself. So being able to experience this myself, I'm able to encourage the next person, say, hey, like, keep going, you got this, you can still reach your goal. And one thing that I've said somewhere before is that you may have to take a different route to get to where you want to go. Now I want to use the example in the book I'm writing, I use this as well. It said, sometimes obstacles fall in our path like tree limbs on a stormy day. Now if you imagine you're headed to work and there's been a storm the night before and you got a report that a tree has fallen on a road that you use every single day. Now I'm sure this is not the only road that you can take to get to your job. You may have to take a longer distance to get to your workplace, but nevertheless, you can get there. And I really like that analogy because that's the same thing with our goals. We may not can get there the way that we had envisioned, the way that we saw us getting there, but there can still be another way to get to that goal. So ladies, any thoughts on that?
I love that analogy because I'm a type A type person. Like, I'm so organized and I like things to go how I planned it in my head. But it doesn't always happen that way. And it drives me insane. But I just have to take a breath and understand that, like you said, sometimes obstacles get in our way. But if we really want to achieve that goal, we'll find a way around that obstacle.
Right.
Yeah, basically what you guys just said, I'm trying to think what I could add. Yeah, so for this situation, and you mentioned the word obstacle. Yes, I agree with the analogy about different routes to get to work. Because it's like, yeah, I would do take the freeway or go on a back road or whatever. But as long as I get to my final destination, and that's the job, and or school or whatever. So it's like, yes, you still have that focus, and you're still gonna get to you know what you're focused on, or the grand prize or whatever. So only thing I can think of when I think of that, besides what you guys have said, regarding school or whatnot, is pregnancy. I haven't had an experience with that or anything, but I had family members and other friends that became pregnant unexpectedly, and they felt as if that was a setback, and they couldn't go off to school or get a particular job they've been wanting. But no, obviously it's not a setback. It's just something that you have to take time to handle first, and then go back into it, of course. And meaning like, okay, yeah, you're gonna take care of your little one, and you can still do school. It's still online classes and all, as long as you still have that focus and that drive. And sometimes people mention and say that their child is all the motivation they need, and so their child is motivating them to continue to do that work, to continue to finish out the semester, the class, the quarter, whatever, till you get to graduation, and even to continue to keep on working and doing whatever to get to that higher position in job or career, whatever you may want. And that's the only thing I can think of. Not to call the child an obstacle and whatnot, not by any means trying to be mean about that, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Another example is like when you're in high school and you get ready to apply for college, and they're telling you, you should graduate in 4 years. No, that don't happen rarely ever. And I was so crushed when I didn't graduate in my time frame. But hey, look at me now. I've got a good job. I love where I work. So things happen for a reason.
Right. Great points, both of you, that you have made in this video today. I want to thank each of you for joining me today for this special video. Is there anything specific you want to leave the audience as far as encouragement?
Well,
Go ahead.
I guess one thing I'll say is, if you're looking into something, trying to focus on something, whatever it might be, just ask yourself, what is, the goal, what's your vision and the purpose of it. And if you just have to sometimes to ask how important it is to you, and to even know if that's like worth you doing all this to succeed. But I just always looked at this quote, I actually like, and I go by it. So it just says like, if the plan doesn't work, change the plan but never the goal. So of course it also just piggyback off of the obstacle topic we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So just ask yourself how important this particular goal is to you, and just stay focused on the prize, basically have an eye on the prize, and always have supporters. If a particular person, family member, or whoever, or sometimes even teachers, whatnot, they're not supportive, then it's just best to just not even deal with them. So that's what I would like to leave with. I hope.
Ray, would you like to leave some encouraging words for the audience?
Yes. When you get that goal in mind, don't let any distractions or obstacles stand in your way. No matter how long it takes you to achieve that goal, keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. You'll get there.
Exactly.
Awesome. So thank you again, ladies, for joining me. If you like this video, please like, share, and comment. Please comment. I want to know what you think about the topic. I want to know what you think about what has been said by me and my friends that have joined me today. That's all I have for you guys today. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.